So when you're looking at this, you're looking at some interesting things here. First of all, the stucco. It's very important because there was a fire. This place burned to the ground in 1788.
So they had to rebuild the whole thing, correct?
So they had to rebuild the whole thing. And here you have bricks, and the bricks are covered with stucco, and so it's not going to burn again. And it didn't burn again. It kind of fell on itself in the 1850s, but you're looking at Spanish architecture.
This looks like the Alamo in Texas.
If you don't look at the steeples and you just look at this part, you're looking at Spanish architecture. I think they had an indelible impact on the city. And certainly, you know, from a food standpoint, I think that this should be called the Spanish Quarter instead of the French Quarter, because we have 30 of the original buildings that were built here after the fire of New Orleans. And we're going to go visit some of those. The Pontalba building was built by the Baroness Pontalba, who was actually the daughter of Don Almonaster. And Don Almonaster was the guy who built the cathedral. And so every building on this square was built by the same family. Now, the Baroness Pontalba brings French style from Paris, to New Orleans, and in the cast iron work during the Victorian period, she designs with her son all of that cast iron work, and it includes West African symbols. So you've got West African symbols in a French architecture apartment complex built by a woman of Spanish descent from New Orleans. So you can't get any more Creole than that. Tell me a little bit about the heat of the spices from Spain.
We still have the Caribbean influence on the food here, and that's what's showcased in like a dish like jambalaya. You know, it's Spanish, French, it's a multiple language city.
Right, and it's being cooked by West Africans.
Yeah, so you have a big melting pot.
So this is a carriageway, and in your Spanish Caribbean style, the carriages would go through here and then go into your courtyard, and your courtyard was actually the front of your house. So the carriageway leads to a courtyard, and you're in the courtyard of world-famous Napoleon House. Now, this has a tremendous amount of history. It was built in the 1790s, which is actually the last part of the Spanish era, but it was built for a Frenchman.
Why is it called Napoleon House then?
There was a plot to bring Napoleon back from his exile in St. Helena to here in New Orleans, and because this was the mayor's mansion, he retrofitted it to make sure that it was appropriate for an emperor.
Never happened, huh?
Never happened because Napoleon didn't cooperate, he died. This is the oldest continuously running market in North America, and this was the center of all life in New Orleans. Here, great chefs of the past would come and get their produce. I know you've been through here.
I love the French market. Ever so often just do special meat to change of the season, so we see what's in season in greater New Orleans or in the Louisiana area.
So chef, vamos a ver. Know what that means?
Let's go.
Yeah.